Hello friends, welcome back to my channel ServiceNow Universe. Hope you all are doing well. In today's video, we are diving into an exciting topic that is PDF generation from HTML using PDF Generation API in ServiceNow. We'll cover everything from converting HTML to PDF in background script first and attaching it to an incident record to adding the export to PDF button right on the service portal page and using the page HTML to generate the PDF. But that's not all. We are going to take a notch by generating the PDFs from iframes and attaching them directly to the incident record as well. So, whether you are a developer looking to enhance your portal skills or just curious about the process, you are in the right place. Let's get started. Okay, now let's start with the background script. I'll just add a HTML string here. This is the HTML string where we have added a text called welcome to ServiceNow Universe in the h1 tag. Okay, and let me just copy the function. Okay, now we have this function, and this is the PDF generation API. Under that, we have a function called convert to PDF. Okay, then first we need to pass the HTML. So that is nothing but the HTML string we have. I'll just pass the HTML string here. Okay, and then we have the incident table, the table where we need to attach the PDF generated, and then we need to add the target sysid. Okay, so let me just open any incident. Okay, we can see here there is no attachment here, so let me just copy the sysid, and I'll just replace this target sysid with the sysid we copied here. Okay, and this is the name of the PDF. Okay, so I will keep it as is, and let me just run this. Okay. Okay, now we can see the response here. We have the attachment ID and the message that is conversation is successful and the status that is success. Okay, now let's go back to the incident record and let me just refresh this. Okay, so we can see there is a PDF attached to the incident record called my PDF. Okay. Okay. Now, if you want, we can download it from here, but we have one option to view that in the SN util. So I'll just click on this. Okay. Now I can see the text is generated here in the PDF. Welcome to ServiceNow. Okay. Okay. Now let's print the image. Okay, now let me just remove this h1 tag and I'll add image tag. Okay, img, and then the source. So we need to add the source here, right? So I need to get the source. So for that, what I'll do is I'll just go to the images table under system UI. Okay, and I'll just open this one, the first one. Okay, so the name itself, or I can just copy this from here. Okay, so I'll just copy this. I'll go back and I'll replace this HTML string with this one. Okay, so we have added the image here. Okay, so let me just remove the double quotes because we have double quotes for the src command. So I'll just add outside single quotes, and double quotes will be there for the src attribute. Okay, now I'll just run this. So let me just change it, the name, to my PDF, and I'll just run this. Okay, that is successful again, and I'll just refresh this. So we have my PDF to here. Okay, I'll just click on view. Okay, now we can see the image is added as a PDF here. Okay. Okay, now to print the portal page, we'll create a new page in the service portal pages. Okay, I'll just create a new one. Okay, I'll just call it as PDF demo. Let me just save this. Okay, now let me create a new widget. Okay, I'll name this also as PDF demo. Let me just save this. Okay, I'll open this in uh, the widget editor. Okay, in the HTML, there is a div. I'll just add that as I'll just add a ID for that div as main container. Okay, and then inside that, I'll just add h1 tag with welcome to ServiceNow universe. Okay. Okay, we have this, and along with that, we'll add this string as well, the image tag. Okay, so I'll just go here and I'll add that here. Okay, so now let me just save this. Okay, now in the PDF demo, I'll just open the page in the designer, and I'll add the PDF demo widget to this page. Okay, so I'll just add the container and I'll search for PDF demo. That is the widget. I have added that here. Okay, now I'll just refresh this, so we can see the PDF demo is added here. Okay, now I'll just click on try it. Okay, I'll open the page. Okay, now we can see the result here. Okay, now to print this text, so what I'll do is I'll just add a button here. Okay, type equal to button. Okay, and then I'll add the class to it, that is the bootstrap class btn primary. Okay, and then I'll just add that as export to PDF. Okay, and then we need to add the ng click, so I'll just add ng click. Okay, I'll just say c dot export. Okay, so on the client side I'll define a function that is c dot export and then function. Okay, now the PDF generation happens on the server side, right? So we have seen this API works on server side. So for that we need to make a client to server uh, call. Okay, so for that what I'll do is I'll define an action c dot data dot action is equal to export. Okay, and then we need the HTML string as well, right? So from where we'll get the HTML string? From this main container. So for that what we'll do is we'll just do document dot get element by id, and then that is the main container. Okay, that is the main container, and then the HTML inside that container we want, right? So what I'll do is I'll do inner HTML. Okay, now this is our HTML. Okay, so now we'll call c dot server dot update. That function is used to make the client to server call, then and then the function. Okay, okay, and in the response, here we have the response. Okay, now on the server side I'll just check if there is input, and the action of that input is equal to export. Okay, then we'll call this API. Okay, so I'll just go here and I'll do this. Okay, now let me remove this. Okay, now instead of result what I'll do is I'll just do data dot result here. Okay, now this data dot result once okay, so we'll come back there. So before that the HTML string is nothing but we have passed here, that is c dot data dot html, so that will be converted to input dot html on server side. Okay, now we have the incident table name, we have the sysid, and this is my pdf2, so I'll just change it to my pdf3. Okay, now this data dot result, the result of this will be stored in the data dot result. So to print it on the client side we'll just use console.log, and as we are using update function it is resp, so we have the resp here, resp dot result. If it is a get function then it would have been resp dot data dot result, but as it is update function it should be only resp dot result. Okay, so now let me just save this. Okay, now if I go to the incident, so we can see there is no my pdf3 here. So now I'll just refresh the page, pdf demo, and I should see export to PDF button. Okay, there is something wrong here. Okay, here we have missed the double quote. Okay, now let me just save this. Okay, now let me just refresh the page. Okay, I can see export to PDF button here. Okay, now let me just click on that. Okay, so if I open the console, okay, in the console we have the object, and in the object we can see the attachment ID is there, message is there, conversation is successful, status is there. Okay, now if I go to the incident record, if I refresh this, then I can see my pdf3 added here. Okay, now if I click on view, then I can see the HTML from the page is added as a PDF here. Okay, so this is how we can add, but we can notice that here there is no header and there is no footer here. So for if we want that, then for that we have a function called convert to PDF with header and footer, where we can add. Let me just show that here. Okay, so where we can add the header and footer information like this. We can add the page size, like A4 page we want, or letter size page we want. So different size we can add, and page orientation also we can add. Page orientation, we want landscape or portrait, so that also we can add here. Okay, so let me uh, just get this. Okay, now I'll just replace this. Okay, with this. Okay, now let me just remove this for now. Okay, and here it will be input dot html, and I'll again make this data dot result. I'll remove this. Okay, and if I go back, then we can see there is a page orientation as well. Okay, we have page orientation where we have portrait and landscape. Okay, so we can add this page orientation here as well. Okay, so I'll just add HF info, that is header and footer info, that is an object. So to that object we can add landscape. Okay, now our PDF is printed in the landscape. Okay, and these are the different header and footers we want. Okay, so here if you want to add any image in the header, then we can add it here. So we don't want that. So if you want to add any footer, then we can add it here, the attachment, and this is the footer text. Okay, so this we can add. You can explore it more, so I'll just save this. Okay, now here what we can do is, if resp dot, because we are not able to see whether the response is added or not, whether the attachment is added or not. So for that we'll add an info message here. If resp dot data dot status is equal to success, okay, then we'll add. In the sputil we have function, so for that first of all we need to add sputil to the controller function. Okay, then sputil dot add trivial message that will be visible for only 2 to 3 seconds. So we'll say PDF, or else I can just use resp dot result dot message. Okay, so now let me just save this, and I'll make here is the name. I'll make this as PDF4. Okay, I need to replace the target sysid as well. So I'll just copy the sysid from here, and I'll add the sysid here. Okay, let me just save this. Okay, and I'll refresh the page again. So this time we have added the info message. So when I click on the export to PDF button, I should get some message here. Okay, v is not defined, so I think we have made something wrong somewhere. Okay, it's like this. We need to add this as well. So this line is not added there. So let me just go back and add this line. Okay, I'll just save this. Now let me just refresh this. Okay, now if I click on export to PDF, now we can see okay, okay, we have added that in quotes. We should not add that in quotes. Okay, now let me just refresh it again. Okay, I'll just do export to PDF. Okay, now the message is, we received the message, and now let me just refresh. Okay, okay, so it has added 2 times here. Now let me just remove the first 3 or first 4. to see the view button, because that is not visible here, and we can see the view button here. So I'll just click on that. Okay, now we can see this is generated here. Okay. Okay, we have added the footer, but that is not generated here. Might be it's because we have not added the alignment of that. So we have added the alignment of the image, but there is no image. So what we have to do is we have to do footer text alignment, and we have added the footer text here. Okay, and what we'll do, generate the page number as true. So the page number will be visible on each page. Okay. Now I'll just save this. I'll make this as PDF 6. Let me just save this. Okay, I'll refresh the page again. Okay, and I'll export the PDF. Okay, now if I go back and refresh the page, I can see the PDF 6 here. And let me just view this. Okay, now we can see the page number is generated, and uh, we should have the footer text as well. Okay, footer text is not visible, might be because of the margins. So let me just remove these margins. So I'll just remove this and I'll save this. Okay, I'll make that as 7. Okay, I'll refresh the page again, export to PDF. Message is received. I'll refresh the page. We have PDF 7. Let me just view this. So now we have the footer message here. Okay, so this is how we can add the header and footer messages. Okay. Okay, now to print the iframe, I have created one more page called PDF demo 2, where I have added PDF demo 2 widget to it. Okay, and the PDF demo 2 widget is blank, so I'll just add iframe here, iframe, and I'll give it a ID. Okay, then in the src, okay, I'll just give this page which we created earlier as the URL for the iframe. Okay, I'll just give the width as 100%. Okay, and I'll just give some height, 400 pixel. Okay, now I'll just save this. Okay, now let me just try it. Okay, so we can see the iframe, and inside that we have the content here. Okay, now let me just go back and just copy the button. Okay, and I'll add that button to PDF demo 2. Okay, I'll just add br slash here. Okay, so we have the button here, and I'll just copy this function as well. Okay, I'll copy this function and I'll add that function here. Okay, and I'll just remove that from here. Okay, and the button as well from the old widget. Okay, and I'll just copy this all. Okay, I'll just save this. Let me just close this, and I'll just add in the PDF demo 2 widget. Okay, so now we have the iframe. Okay, from the iframe we need to show, we need to print the data. Okay, so now let me just refresh this page again. Okay, now I can see the export to PDF button here. We have the iframe. Okay, so now what I'll do is, earlier we were getting the data from the div, that is the main container. So now we need to get the data from the iframe. So what I'll do is I'll just get this iframe ID. Okay, and then what I'll do is content window, document.get element by ID, then the iframe ID, then content window, then dot inner HTML. Okay, so we just changed the HTML source. Okay, earlier we were getting the HTML from the div, now we are getting the HTML from the iframe. Okay, now, okay, I'll just simply change this PDF 8, and I'll just save this. Okay, now let me just refresh the page again. Okay, I'll click on export to PDF. Okay, something wrong happened, I think. Okay, SPUtil is not defined because we have not added it here. Okay, so I'll just add SPUtil. Okay, now let me refresh this again. Okay, now let me do export to PDF. Now we have got the message, and let me refresh this now. Okay, we have this. Okay, that is PDF 8. It is generated only once, but we clicked on export to PDF twice, so that's why there are twice here. So now let me just remove this, and if I click on view, okay, it's undefined. Let me just check. Okay, I'll just copy this, whether this is giving me the HTML or not. So let me just check that in console. Okay, it's undefined. So here we have added directly content window dot inner HTML. So it should be content window dot, and then we can do again document dot body dot inner HTML. Okay, so this till content window we got access to the iframe. Then if you want the data inside in HTML inside the iframe, then we need to again document dot body dot inner HTML. Okay, this will give the HTML for the whole body. So if you want only for the main container, so this is main container, right? So again we can add document dot get element by id here. Okay, for now let me just save this. Okay, and I'll just refresh this. Okay, I'll just export. It is successful. I'll just refresh this. Okay, I'll just click on view. Okay, now we can see the whole body actually. So this is the content from this header. Okay, the CSS is not printed, but this content is also printed. Okay, so if we don't want this, then we can add here document dot get element by id. Okay, and then we have the main container, right? So we know that container, and then uh, the main container, and then inner HTML of the main container. Okay, so now let me just save this again. Let's make this 9. Let me refresh this. Okay, it is printed, and let me refresh. Okay, okay, so we can see that without the header now. Okay, this header is not printed because we are getting the inner HTML for the main div. Okay, so that's why it is printed here. Okay, with the sample footer as well and page number as well. Okay, so this is how we can use PDF generation API to generate the PDFs. Okay, I hope you like this video. If you like this video, then please hit the thumb icon and share the video with your friends, and add your valuable suggestions in the comment, and subscribe the channel for more videos like this. Thank you.